If you have any questions or concerns about this week's episode, please call or text producer Dan at 778-288-9255. Start the party, Dan! Time to turn it up, we're getting crazy, going wild, talking nasty stuff. Dudes scrolling hell's like what a dumpster fire. Boom, roast, mad post, sticking up the replies. We don't want to go to school, we don't want to get a job. We just want to get online and get our asses blocked. We don't follow the rules, we do whatever we want. It's Block Party, the podcast like we're tweeting a duck. Block Party, Block Party, Block Party, my mentions are fucked. Block Party, Block Party, Block Party, I quote tweeted a duck. Hello, friends, idiots, and friends who are also idiots. Welcome to your favorite podcast about social media and rejection. It is Blocked Party. This is episode number 280. I'm John.
I'm Stefan.
And with us are two fantastic first-time guests on the program, hosts of the smash hit 197424, the Will and Helena podcast. Will and Helena are here. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
I gotta say, that theme song is electric. I've never heard it before. That's awesome.
Wow,
It's
sort of
fantastic.
telling on yourself here, Will, that you've
A little
never
bit.
listened
A little
to the
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but telling on himself and then like complimenting the song, so it sort of evens out. Yeah, that's by our friend Big Howell Dottie. I would say the king of podcast theme songs, probably.
No doubt
Wow.
about it. Yeah. Like on a level where he could have like an infomercial being like, "Do you need a podcast theme song? I'm the king of podcast theme songs."
legitimately.
And he
The
does kind
Metro
of have that
Boomin.
accent also.
He does. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a
Now
pro.
that I think about it.
Yeah.
But you two, let's right off the top here discuss this, because you told me before we got on the air that you're going to tell me the meaning of your podcast, the 197424 podcast. What is the can you encrypt it or decrypt it for us, I guess?
Yeah. Do you want to
Well,
take it?
I would say it's actually,
Uh-oh. We have a freaking out Pomeranian.
he doesn't want me to tell.
All right, I'll tell it then. We tried forever to... Yeah, there's a lot of that on our podcast as well.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm sorry.
Do you want
He's
to hit
trained to address microaggressions.
him? Yeah.
Oh,
There
you
we
just
go.
sprayed the air thing.
we hit him
we
with
have
the
this little
scary
can of
air thing.
Although if this actually, I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but
I think
It
it's
really
it's
works.
okay to do. It's fine.
Okay.
To do.
Yeah, we put the
Yeah.
fear of God into that 2-pound Pomeranian.
yeah.
But we tried forever to come up with a podcast name.
Yeah. And it was really embarrassing.
Yeah, we were coming up with shit like Big Lunch
Yeah.
and like
Fruit snack. Like shit
yeah.
that just wasn't I think our vibe.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Big lunch.
Um,
I like big lunch.
I kind of like fruit snack, so
Yeah. I think we overthought
Yeah,
it a
I
little
think
bit.
I think we actually have issues with self-criticism. But that's okay. So and then eventually I think actually I don't remember. You can tell it.
Yeah, no. Me and a friend of mine had a running bit for a while about like starting a comedy show where like it's just a random sequence of numbers, and it changes every week, and it's impossible to find.
Yeah.
And then we decided to do that with the podcast that we hope is successful and makes money.
Well, I think at first we were like kind of scared about starting a podcast, so we were like we needed it to be something that no one can search, and that if you Google it, you're not going to find it because it's just a big string of numbers. You're going to find a bunch of like serial numbers for books on a library website, which is what you find. And yeah.
Yeah, but then we're like, man, I would like to put a pool table in our garage one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, and buying a new car and stuff.
Yeah,
so
and
we're
I have
like,
to pay
all right.
off my taxes.
Yeah, Helena was a
Mm.
lot. So we were like, all right, we really shouldn't have done this.
And so
yeah,
we
I
might
feel like
change
I
it.
saw a tweet from you, Helena, that you were saying that you are considering changing the name of the show. Is that
We-
correct?
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
the
like
only-
stuff
I
that's
think we actually
actively
have-
hostile to your fan base and listeners, though. Like, I'm a big fan of doing stuff like with my
Yeah.
stream. That's kind of all it is it's just like really
Yeah.
difficult to watch, and we sort of capped out at like what we're gonna be, I think, because of that. But that's fine. But on our old podcast, there was a guy who like complained that I was like talking about online shit too much. So the next episode, I made a new segment where I just listed off my 100 most recent Twitter followers really slowly. And that was just like for one guy who like was like, I like the show.
And we
the
did
show's
it
good.
for weeks.
That's
We
so
did it for
awesome.
weeks, that
Yeah.
bit. It wasn't like, oh, we'll do this one time as a funny thing. We did it for weeks.
Yeah, we made like
I
everyone
love
else who
that.
liked the show miserable because of one guy complaining. It was a lot.
Dude,
of
they
fun.
have to learn. You have to
Yeah.
keep them in line.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
You gotta put your
Yeah.
foot down.
That's sort of the internet in a nutshell, really, though. It's like I made a lot of people's lives worse to make one guy's life much worse.
Yeah,
It's kind of the whole deal, right? Like that's the trade-off, I think. So are we going back to Big Lunch Fruit Snack, or like should we workshop a name right here on the show, or what?
We have nothing.
Yeah,
we have no
absolutely.
idea. We
And-
actually keep forgetting to even talk about it.
Yeah, and when we do, it ends in frustration, I would say.
Yeah.
Mildly.
okay, yeah, because I feel like with Blocked Party, we like it kind of was the name first, right? Like
Yeah.
it was and then the idea sort of
Because
came
Stefan
after.
is a huge Dave Chappelle fan.
yeah, yeah. Well,
only late era.
only recently, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I do think like a catchy name is important, but again, I do like the idea. It's tough because sometimes when you're actively hostile to your listeners, it does. This is kind of shocking to me. I've just recently learned this. It does sort of like fuck you over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So
But also the ones that make it through are like Marines. You know what
Yes.
I mean?
Yeah.
Like they put them through boot camp and they are much closer to each other because you gave them a common enemy. And I think that's
Yeah.
important.
And
Yeah.
they demonstrate a clear understanding of the vision.
Yeah.
And I think that is what you want in a listener.
I
Yeah.
feel like that's me whenever I'm on the Go Off Kings. I am always like, I don't know how anybody watches this, and I'm also like, these are just all 800 people who are watching this. It's like the Bane, like they were born in the darkness.
Yeah,
It's like you've just trained them to think that the chaos is normal.
yeah,
absolutely.
which is why like whenever we have guests on, we always kind of have to warn them like what it's all about, because we could do it in such a way where like the guests don't hear all of the sound alerts that are being played, because so on Twitch there's a thing called sound alerts where, if you don't know, you can pay like real money to play like a noise on the stream, and we've taken that like about as far as you can take it. And so we'll just have like multiple alerts playing at the same time, and it's just like you can't hear anyone talking.
What kind of alert? What kind of sounds are being played?
Well,
Will, don't ask. I mean, this is really
a lot
tough.
of them are clips from like we're really obsessed with like fast food review guys on YouTube, so it'll be clips of something that they have said or done. And then recently, what we've really gotten into is writing parody songs. Well, what I've really gotten into, this is like my latest like autistic fixation outside of like hockey cards. But it's like there's something really fun. It feels like to me writing a parody song is like solving a puzzle, sort of, where you're trying to like fit the lyrics in.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I'm fucking serious. And I will also say that the last time I played a parody song on here, John paid our guest extra.
Okay, have at it. Go
What are,
ahead.
yeah, what are some of the hits? What are some of the
Stefan,
titles?
Don't
Well,
encourage him, please.
So a lot of times we'll do like theme.
Now I'm
weeks.
gonna have to pay them extra.
I
Steph.
know for every song I play on here, an extra like $10 or whatever. But
Yeah, that's what I did last. That's what it was with Beth McCall, and I
Yeah.
just felt it was more so that I think part of it was Beth has been on the show a few times, and mostly her blocks and stuff are about being pestered by men online. So it really felt like Stefan pestering her, being like, "Hey, sit there and listen to this shitty song I wrote."
well, I
That's
think
really
it's
funny.
here's the thing is usually I'm basing it off like a good song. So for instance, we did a night on the stream called Minesweeper Night, where we played Minesweeper the entire time, and neither Jesse Farrar, my co-host, or I know how to play Minesweeper. So it was a total disaster. But we wrote a bunch of parody songs about Minesweeper.
You don't know how to play Minesweeper?
Isn't that kind of a game for babies?
Isn't it intuitive?
Look, it doesn't matter, okay? That's not the important thing here. Okay. The important thing here is that I wrote a parody song for it based around Hall & Oates' Man Eater, and it's called
Okay.
Minesweeper.
Ooh, okay.
So
Okay.
I can play that one for you to
I
give
would
you
love
an
that.
Oh,
This
we're
is-
gonna. Why we? No. I thought you were
But
gonna play the new
Well,
thing.
I'm gonna play the new one also, but they have to kind of know my process.
Play
and,
the
like,
hit.
where-
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would love to. I
How's
would
that
love
helpful?
Yeah, let's just
I think
have
it's
a listening
helpful. This is my
part.
hit
Yeah,
song.
yeah.
This
It's like
is
an
my-
album release.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. Okay.
This
So
is my hit song.
yeah. Okay. So you should be able to hear this. Let me
The
know.
crazy part about this, Will, is Stefan does have a pool table in his garage. This has somehow led him to a garage
Yeah.
pool table.
So
Dude,
if
one day.
you guys don't want to change the title of the podcast, just start doing parody songs because it's
Okay.
very lucrative.
Okay.
Okay, writing that down.
Let me know. Can you hear this? You only sweet minds at night. Click it and you just might blow up or make numbers show up right there on the grid. Mining and sweeping. If you click on a mine, you ain't gonna get too far.
Okay.
We're already
it's
paying
pretty
more
good.
money because there's two of them,
Oh, click
Stefan.
the
You
square.
realize that
Oh,
we're
I
now
didn't know
paying
that.
Watch out
even
now.
more.
You're
no
losing
money.
you
Name.
I thought
Just
you
in
were
your
going to pay us
Oh,
one.
click
You
the
shouldn't have said
square.
that.
You're a minesweeper. I mean, I think that's pretty
That's
good.
incredible.
I love it.
Dude, I
Thank
love a
you.
piece of art that's clearly made to piss off one
I love
guy.
it. I was a
Yes.
Weird Al
And that
kid,
guy being John.
and I really enjoyed it.
Well, we also did Avatar Week where we wore like Avatar, like the Na'vi. We wore Na'vi masks the entire time and couldn't like see out of them or breathe. And we played this really shitty Avatar game that's like it was like Assassin's Creed or Far Cry, but like with Avatar guys, and it fucking sucked. But we made parody songs for that also. And John, I actually don't know if you've heard this one.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
What would that sound like?
Well, this one I'm very proud of, and you might, and I will say, you may recognize the song it's based on.
I knew for sure when Will and
My
Helena were
ponytail
coming on the
is
show,
my
they were going
ass.
to gang up on me.
My
Oh,
pussy
God.
and penis too.
Oh, God.
It basically does
This is about their
anything
hair
that you
that they
want
fuck
it to do. Fucking and sucking. Do you want to have sex with a big blue avatar?
So
Just put your hair.
this
in
one's
its
longer.
line.
This has 2 verses.
Can't wait for the
Let our
chorus.
strands intertwine. You don't
Is it
have
Oh
to
Avatar?
worry
Is that
about
No,
the,
it's not.
No?
You'll,
Okay.
you'll know what it is when you hear
Yeah, he took the road less
Sucking and
traveled. He
fucking.
did the hard way.
If you spit on my hair, you might even make it hard.
I don't know how the aliens work, but
I love
Oh, fuck my hair. Watch out now, you might get stuck. Oh, fuck my hair. You're a hair fucker.
What?
Yeah.
Let's go, dude.
Well, yeah. John, you haven't seen the movie, have you?
No, of course not.
They. Well, I guess
fuck.
technically they don't fuck
yeah,
each
I
other
don't know
with their
anything
hair,
about
but like,
Avatar, so that was
Yeah, no, that's kind of the biggest takeaway I would say from that movie.
yeah.
They fuck with their hair?
They'll
hair?
like
They fuck with
intertwine
their
their ponytails, and then they also put their ponytails into
that's
like
how we do it.
they have like horses that they fly in, and they put the they don't, but they're not fucking the horse. I don't think. They're
Right, it's like a mind meld thing.
It's a
What?
mind meld thing. Like it is. I think it is. I think it's like for me at least, it was sexual in nature. Like watching.
I mean,
the
it's
movie.
probably awesome
there
to
a
fuck
why is there a
somebody
horse
that you're mind
involved?
melded with.
Yeah, I think
That
that's
probably
kind of
feels
what it
pretty
is. Like I
cool.
think they maybe have just like regular sex, but the
Yeah.
hair is also getting all like tied up or something.
Right, but they're not fucking the horse.
Why is the horse there?
Because
Well-
they ride it. They need to ride it around to do war.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So they fly around on it, but they put their hair into the horse. The horse has like a hole in it or something, and they put the hair into the hole.
So their hair controls the horses, but it also they fuck people with
It's
it
like you
later.
stick your
They're
dick
not-
in your car
well-
to start it. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. They're not fucking each other. I mean, the song is maybe a little misleading. They're not fucking each other
Okay.
with their hair. I know the song is called
Mm.
Hair Fucker, but
Okay.
they're not
Yeah,
actually
that part was sort of
That's sort of-
distinctively misleading.
Sure. Yeah. But so this week on the stream it's store week, and we're just playing grocery store simulators, and we're going to the store, and we're letting the chat choose what we buy at the store. So that's very exciting. But I have written a
Yeah.
parody
A
song
whole
for
week
that.
of that.
Yeah,
Whoa.
an entire week of that.
I mean, I'm not doing
we
anything. I'm not doing
yeah.
anything right now. I think I'd probably love to hear that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so this is I've written a bunch of parody songs based on Radiohead songs as well.
Oh fuck.
Which I know I did one last week that John was a big fan of. Right,
Yeah,
John?
yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm just watching my bank account slowly drain as these songs get played and played and played.
Okay, well this is based off Radiohead's "A Wolf at the Door," and it's called "A Wolf at the Store."
Oh, yes. For
Okay.
that Venn
Absolutely.
diagram where the overlap is Radiohead fans and fans of the Go Off Kings store week.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
That
More
actually
than
is
you
a lot of
think.
people.
Yeah, that kind of tracks.
Okay, but again, I haven't. Well, by the time this episode comes out, I'll have debuted it. But this is your chance if you guys have any notes on it.
Yeah.
And I will say I'm not very good at singing, and I kind of just like talk sing a lot of the time. In this case, I did try because Tom York sort of has a very distinctive voice, so I was trying to.
Oh no.
Yeah. So I mean, you'll know that part when we get to it, I think.
Oh,
but I do,
that's a
I do
hard
try
voice to emulate, dude.
Oh yeah, it's one of those voices that you're like, I could probably do that, and then actually it turns out that you can't.
I've never once thought I could do that.
No, I did very briefly this morning, and then found out
this
that I
happened
couldn't.
this morning.
Oh, this is hot off the press.
I finished this like an hour ago. So
let's go.
Oh, wow.
okay, here we go. Empty fridge, I promise to buy food. Don't look in the
Wait, this
crisper
is
at
you
the
doing a
fruit.
Tom
You
York?
don't
No,
know. I was heading to the Safeway, buying some stuff. Buying some stuff,
the exact
buying some
same
stuff.
as all the
Wait,
others.
just wait until the chorus. Buying some stuff. I keep on going to the store, but the price goes up. I don't really mind. I just want to eat
I don't know, he's kinda
samples from
eating.
a
Dude, you're kind
plastic
of crushing it.
Feel like a cheapskate if I don't buy organic, but I honestly don't mind. I just love to shop. Okay, so
God, that's good, dude.
So your
Fantastic.
thoughts on that?
I would
really,
say
really
John's
good.
an all-time hater. I think
Yeah.
you're onto something. I think
Okay.
John's trying to kill your sunshine.
That's how I feel too. Okay.
Yeah.
All
Oh
right.
my God.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah.
I mean, Will, you may have noticed at the start of the show, I said this was episode 280. So look, you do 5.5 years with Stefan, and you tell me whether you'll be antagonistic towards that little worm or not.
Wow.
That was, I'll say I liked that one because I am picturing you thinking in your head you're doing an adequate Tom York impression.
No, I knew at the time that it was not going well. But I just I kept going, because I didn't want to think of another song to do. So
What were you doing differently with your voice?
I just went
In your
higher up.
head.
I was like actually kind of trying to sing at one point, and it just didn't.
Okay.
It didn't go well. But we
still
have to
thought it
try
was-
new things, right?
Always.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, John, I'm done with the songs now. But
Why do you think you're so bad at singing, though?
I don't know. I think it's because I just have like a very monotone voice to begin with, and it's tough to. I guess with singing, you have to like you're supposed to like sound different when you sing, right? Than when you talk, and I just never. I never figured that out. I guess.
You have to have big fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
I think too. Like the wider you can like open your mouth or whatever.
Yeah.
Because
I think
Freddie
that's-
Mercury had a nightmare
That's
mouth.
true.
Yeah.
And he could really let it rip.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
you have to
I
have
keep,
some kind of physical agony in your
Yeah,
mouth that
yeah.
you need to express.
I keep seeing that picture of the Freddie Mercury movie, the Queen movie that like was
oh
so
my
fucking
God.
bad.
Yeah.
And who was it? Who played?
Rami
Rami
Malek.
Malik.
Yeah.
Rami Malek, yeah.
And there's like the one
And
picture.
won an Oscar. No
yeah,
less.
which is
I know.
fucking insane. But the picture of him,
He won an Oscar?
yeah,
won
he
Best
won
Picture.
Best Actor.
Yeah.
The picture
none
looks.
of this is
John,
real.
Dan, I'm gonna send you the picture. Is
The
so
best
fucking
part of
funny.
that to me was when you know how like when they do the Oscar nominations, they're like, "Here's a clip from the movie."
Oh my god!
The clip they played of Rami Malek was a scene where Freddie Mercury's original vocals were dubbed over the scene.
Yeah.
And that was the scene they picked where they're like, this guy's the best actor. And it's just like him sitting at a piano, lip syncing Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I haven't seen it, but I kind of want to now.
I've
but
seen it. It's actually
Yeah.
one of the movies I have seen.
That's so. Yeah, John doesn't really watch movies, so Dan,
Wow.
can you put this
Okay,
picture up?
I don't really watch movies either.
This-
Ugh.
That's
This picture-
validating.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. Yeah. So this is this is so funny to me. I've
Oh, I
been looking at
forgot
this
it was
picture a
this
lot recently
bad.
because he sort of looks like
Paul Stanley.
well, a little bit, but you know the dinosaur in Jurassic Park that kills Wayne Knight.
Oh yeah.
He kind of has that. I mean, a lot of it is the collar, I think, but he does sort of have that look going for him too. But
Yeah.
He looks like anybody but Freddie Mercury.
yeah.
He looks
Yeah.
more like me than he does Freddie Mercury.
He
I'd
looks
say.
like when I lived in Vegas, there was a type of guy I saw all the time, which was kind of exactly this. And
Yeah.
it was like just a guy on the street trying to make money, like half dressed as Elvis.
Right. Yeah.
I
Oh.
mean, if you don't look like Elvis, you might as well go half of the way there and have that be your gimmick. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
half Elvis.
half-assed Elvis.
yeah.
Yeah.
You got
I actually
the
have a
sparkly coat
solution.
and jeans.
Yeah. I have a solution because so Stefan, you need fucked up mouth and fucked up teeth.
Yeah.
John, I imagine you might have some frustration you'd like to take out on
Oh
Stefan
yeah.
that's
Okay.
been built up. I say we leave you two in a room with a baseball bat and we see what happens.
Yeah.
Will, that's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, listen,
horrible.
success takes pain.
It does.
If Stefan wants a gold record, which I think he does,
I do.
you got to do what's necessary.
Yeah.
Okay, or you could work together and be best friends.
They'll never make a movie about
No, I
that.
think the baseball bat thing would be a lot easier.
Boys are crazy.
I would love to hit you with a baseball bat.
Yeah. I think it
Loves
would
it.
like I understand that. I think that would be very fun for you.
Okay, it sounds like he wants it.
Yeah, and it would also. I think your guys' podcast could go 20 more years
For sure.
if we just do this one thing. I think
Yeah.
it'll really kind of hit the reset button.
I
Yeah,
think that's worth a try. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Well,
have sort of
you're-
like a
you're out here-
pre-baseball bat phase and a post-baseball
Yeah,
bat
yeah.
phase.
Because you're in town next
Like
week.
the
right,
Beatles,
John?
yeah.
I am in town next week. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's make something happen. We could use a hockey
Okay.
stick if we want to keep it Canadian. But either
There we
way,
go.
I mean,
I think
You could do it-
baseball
you
bat
could-
will do a lot more damage.
You could have baseball
Well,
bat
probably.
week on your
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. There you go.
Do lots
Okay.
of baseball bat stuff, and then the finale is him getting hit.
that's a good idea.
Not a bad
Okay.
idea.
I
Yeah,
guess
yeah.
maybe baseball week, not baseball,
Baseball
bat
week. No, there's plenty of different kinds of baseball bats. You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's wood ones. There's
there's
the,
wood.
They have the metal
There's
ones.
aluminum.
There's little ones.
There's
Yeah.
BB
You get
core
for free.
ones,
Yeah.
which they made us start using halfway through when I was in high school. That were way worse than aluminum, and everybody hated.
What was so
Oh.
much worse about them? They were just.
I think it was just like a worse metal.
Okay.
I think because people were hitting the ball too hard with aluminum bats and hurting people, which makes sense.
right.
So I think they kind of had to nerf it.
Okay.
Which made it less fun, but probably more safe.
Yeah.
There are also Nerf bats.
That's
I could
true.
start
Maybe we
with
could,
a
we could
Nerf
start with
bat.
that. I think. Yeah.
Just kind of work your way into it.
I mean, honestly, that would like probably still hurt if you hit me really hard with that.
Oh,
in the-
yeah.
most
Absolutely.
definitely it would.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
I've been playing
Yeah.
baseball my whole life. I would hurt you with a Nerf bat.
Oh.
No
Oh, yeah.
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. John, you mentioned movies earlier. I was going to ask because have you seen a movie this year?
In 2024?
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay.
I don't
'Cause
think so. I don't think I have. I'm trying to think, but I don't think so. We have talked about watching Poor Things. We talked about watching Oppenheimer.
Okay.
It's never happened though.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest because have you seen any of the Ghostbusters movies?
No.
Yeah, it would be kind of funny if you go to the newest one without knowing anything
Oh,
about
people
it.
are saying they love it.
No, I think it's like quite bad because I was
Yeah,
on
I was
Rotten Tomatoes this
I was
morning.
joking.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those movies where you go to like Rotten Tomatoes to like check out the reviews and it's like critical score 30%, audience score 105%. Because it's just like the stupidest hogs in the world who like are too dumb to have a Letterboxd account. They're like reviewing it on, and like all the reviews are like 5 stars. It had the guys I remember from the other movie in it. It's fucking cool.
Slimer was there.
Well, that was one.
Hey,
So
you
I
know
was
Slimer.
Slimer is there. The reviews are very funny because one of the ones, God, dude, this is a 5-star review here from Scott L. Loved the nostalgia and references from the other films. Great new tech and new villains. Slimmer is back. That was Slimer with 2 M's. And then a 1-star review from Richard Campbell. Wasn't able to attend due to the weather. So those are the reviews you're getting on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A 1-star
I love
review
that.
because you can't get to the theater is good.
Yeah.
Helena, you were saying you also don't like movies. What is your what's your thing with that?
No, I just like I don't see how they're any of my business. I had no part in making them. I don't know those people. I don't need to be a part of it. But he's making me watch movies recently. We actually did go see Poor Things.
Okay.
On Valentine's Day, which was a very not the right choice. Yeah, we actually did walk out in the middle of it, and it was like I said it was because I found it upsetting, but it was mostly because I was bored.
That's
You're
news
too
to me.
horny. I've heard it's like horny.
In a gross way.
It's horny
Yeah.
in like an upsetting way, and we'll also we like went to one of those movie theaters that has a bar in it.
Yeah.
And I always feel really bad when I make those people make drinks because you can tell that they are not they don't know how to do that. No one has taught them how to be a bartender.
And he fell apart.
Yeah.
Completely.
He was like sweating, and
We can see him visibly doing this.
he turned his back to us so that we never saw him the whole time he was making it. But he had his back to us for like 10 minutes.
Oh,
He clearly
no.
Googled it.
Yeah.
Was very nervous so he made it with shaking hands.
Yeah. And it tasted so crazy.
I mean,
Was
yeah,
it-
because there's like a lot of different types of booze in there, right? So he was probably just
Yeah.
like, "Oh my god, I gotta
Yeah.
use more than one bottle."
Yeah. And it was, I mean, I still drank it. But
And then we gave him the card to pay. And then he did a similar 5 to 10 minutes with his back turned to us and clearly fucked up the payment thing because he kept like grabbing his head like this. And then he just gave us a receipt for $3 and walked away.
yeah.
So
So this guy kind of rocks, is what you're
this
saying.
guy kind of rules.
He was
He
great.
was like 20.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I feel like that is if I drank, I would. That's,
because John-
that would
John
be in
doesn't
my,
drink
that'd be in
either,
my
so-
No
wheelhouse.
drinking, no movies. Are you a man without vices?
Pretty
only-
much.
He,
Yeah.
he's a semi-professional curler.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, wearing a curling shirt right now.
Yeah.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You have vices. I mean,
Is curling a vice? I don't think that's like a
Yeah,
I'd say
I
it's
don't know,
the
I'm saying
biggest
it's a
one.
I
vice
think
for
that's a
you,
hobby.
maybe. But
Yeah.
kombucha, is that
Mm,
seltzer?
Okay.
You like seltzer?
Okay.
yeah,
Yummy.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
if that is I feel like in my mind, a vice is something that damages your life.
Yeah.
But I'm realizing that actually doesn't have to be true.
Right. It can just be like anything that you're
just a thing you
too
do.
obsessed with.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, learning moment.
Yeah. What
Like
is?
song
I
parody.
mean, I guess I'm a wife guy. I don't know. Is that like a vice?
That's
Yeah.
so sweet.
Yeah.
Your vice
That's
is your
very nice. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like my wife was actually just on the podcast last week. So
Yeah.
Aw.
yeah.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, that's the answer. That's why he's so at peace.
I am. I'm very zen. You know, I'm not like Dan, whose vice is apparently amiibos.
Oh my god! Yeah, I forgot
Oh.
we were going to talk about
Okay,
this.
first of all, shut the fuck up. And second of all, the plural of amiibos, amiibo is amiibo. It's yeah.
It's just amiibo.
Yeah, it's like
fuck
Lego.
you, John.
Come
Okay.
on.
All right. So
Oh, sorry, Dan. Sorry, you have all of the amiibo that they've ever made.
we
I don't have all of them.
well,
You said
okay,
you had all of them. That
we
was
found
literally
this
the
out
quote.
right before we started recording. I forget how it got brought up. I think Dan just sort of brought it up.
He just sort of brought it
unprompted.
up. He was sort of like playing with several amiibo at the time.
Yeah. But so when did this start, Dan?
Whenever they started coming out.
Okay. And you, because I'm shocked. We've been doing the podcast with you for so long, and we're just like we had a whole month where people were sending us the worst Funko Pops they could find, and I feel like amiibo are Funko Pop adjacent. You didn't think to bring it up then?
No, can you understand why?
No.
What is like the worst amiibo? If you have all of them,
Yeah.
like what's the one that you were like the most like? I know I want to collect all of these, but I hate that I have this one.
Probably like I don't know, the Animal Crossing ones, or maybe the really big Yoshi's Woolly World one. It's like fucking this big.
Oh, whoa!
Okay.
They
Wait,
make
wow.
bigger
I thought-
amiibo. Does that have like does it have a different name because it's a big one?
No, it doesn't have a different name, just a different price, which
Do you-
is annoying.
Do you use them for like the games themselves, or you just kind of have them?
No, they are all still boxed.
Oh, okay. All right.
Dude, he's sitting on a gold mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
an investment, really. I know how stupid Nintendo fans are, so they'll pay
Yeah.
a premium.
One day
for
he's
these
gonna
events.
buy your guys' houses and evict you.
Dan, but so did they stop? They stopped making them after a certain time. Like this, do they all have rarity or just some of them?
Some of them are rarer than others, but they've started reprinting some of the rarer ones. But all of mine are the original run. So,
Gotcha. So like, what's the most valuable amiibo you have?
there's some Smash Bros. Amiibos that are worth like probably $200 or $300 now.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Whoa.
What do they do?
Wait, and think how much do they cost when you regular buy them? when you buy
Between $9 and $20, they've kind of gone up since they started putting them
Okay.
out.
Hell yeah.
Nice work. Yeah.
But yeah, what you're supposed to do is take them out of the box, and they have like an RFID chip in them that you can scan with your Wii U or Switch or DS that it'll like unlock shit in whatever game you're playing.
Oh,
You can also store data on it, I think.
Okay, that's
Okay.
Do they also store your virginity?
Come on now.
Oh, come
on now, John.
John, I've had
No.
sex before.
I don't know that. I've never seen it.
Dan, you know what you could do? You should store all of your like personal like banking and finance information on an amiibo, thus making it
Yoshi.
even more valuable.
I think there
Yeah.
are people who have rewritten the amiibo to like do shit like that, like so they can use it as like a transit card or
Wow.
whatever.
That's awesome.
You have
Okay.
a meeting with your accountant and you just pull up with a big Yoshi thing.
I'm gonna need you to do my taxes. You just plonk the Yoshi on the desk. There's like, what is this? All my T4s are on there,
Can
and
we not
everything
talk about
else.
taxes? No tax talk, please.
Okay.
Dan?
Yeah,
Hey,
I understand, girl.
Yeah.
Oh, are you dodging taxes as well, Helena?
No,
No, they found her.
no,
There's no dodging.
I'm not. I was trying to.
Yeah. They fucking
clear.
dialed in on her, dude.
To be clear, I'm not dodging taxes.
I'm not either.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe you guys.
Me too.
I love
All right.
I
style.
love taxes.
Yeah.
Hell,
Taxes
I wish
are,
I could pay
are
more.
goated, I think. personally.
Taxes are goaded when the government is the vibe.
Yeah.
I love giving the government money, and I think it's because I just sort of love what they're doing. I just
Yeah.
like every kind of thing they do. I'm sort of like, that is a sick way to spend my money.
That's what I would have
Absolutely.
spent the money on in the first place. Right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll just go to the mayor's house and hand him a 20.
Yeah. Hey, keep up the good work. You know.
you're
doing what
doing
you're
some
doing.
good. You're doing some good shit.
Yeah.
You know, I walked by someone the other day. I live in Calgary, Alberta, Alberta's a conservative province, but Calgary is sort of it's like the Portland to Oregon, as it were. And I walked by these people, and they were putting up a sign that was like a full big political sign, like hammering it into the ground with it was so big it had to be like held up, like one of those like ones with kind of stilts on it or whatever, or supports. And it was to recall the mayor.
Okay.
And I'm like, who
Oh, let's
gives
go.
enough of a fuck about the mayor of a town to be like, get them out of here? This is a joke. I was
God.
like,
I mean,
just
what are
looked
the
at
odds?
them
It's
like,
just
what
like
is happening
a guy
right
he
here?
knows.
Yeah.
A guy he knows that like doesn't like.
Yeah, a
him.
guy
Like,
whose wife he's
if
fucking.
I grew up with the mayor and I knew he sucked, I would do that.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
feel
guess
like-
that's true.
I feel
Maybe
like-
I should see why they want her recalled.
Yeah.
Like maybe I can find this.
Oh,
I
it's
do
a
feel like
woman?
local
Well, then that's not
political
okay.
controversies are always like way crazier than like the like bigger political. You know what I mean? Like I know like the mayor of Nashville. I don't know if she got recalled, but I remember a couple of our friends in Nashville telling us about it. She got dicked down in a cemetery by like her
Oh,
bodyguard.
yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
for
is like
her.
very cool, I think. But I think a lot of the
Yeah.
voters didn't like that.
She's goth.
Yeah. John, what hap-
Desecration is beast mode.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you only have to get. So they've got a bunch of things on the. They've got a bunch of things on the site, and it says why recall,
There we
and it
go.
only takes 6 bullet points down before you get to banned Canada Day fireworks, calling it colonialist and racist.
Oh my god.
So we do have some stuff in here about increasing property taxes, climate emergencies. And by the way, they don't
Right.
agree with that.
Because
the
the
climate
mayor
emergency
has
thing
a
is
lot
that
of
she
power
is-
over.
She thinks there is a climate
Yes,
emergency.
she
in there.
increased
Okay.
taxes to deal with the quote climate emergency, which they do not like. She also voted to defund the police. We can't have that either. But then we go
Which,
from
which,
that-
by the way, I'm guessing is probably also not true.
No, definitely not. And so we go to that. We go from that to banning Canada Day fireworks. Oh,
Okay.
and of course they also don't like the fact that she has vocally opposed our premier's LGBTQ plus.
Oh yeah, because your
Policies.
premier is like a huge psycho. Right?
Oh, absolute
Oh.
fucking psycho. Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. Damn.
this is really good stuff. They're
Premier.
telling people that you can like sign up to be a commissioner and go door to door to get signatures to have her recalled.
You know the people doing that, like obviously they have so much free time, but they're just like the worst people in the world.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's
that
like-
Oh, they have a
sucks.
Facebook
Sucks.
discussion group for it. I should join this.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's brutal. The tax talk did remind me of like one of my favorite comics ever, which is, and Dan, I'm posting it here, but it's the Achewood one where I don't know if you guys have ever read Achewood. I know our listeners definitely have, but it's where they're trying to figure out like raise like taxes and stuff. And Roast Beef is like, why did you send a check for $10,000 to Oreos? And he's like, I like their product. I want them to have a little walking around money.
Hell yeah.
God, that's really good.
Oh, this Facebook group is real good. By the way,
Yeah.
it's just a lot of people complaining about how other people are like, "Hey, this is a waste of time, and you should probably stop doing this."
Oh, like in the group, and then
Yes,
people
they're
are,
in the
yeah,
group. Like,
okay.
I am starting to be under attack for my posts. This is the first public one, and they spelled public with 2 B's. You
Ooh.
cannot even imagine how many DMs. Whatever. I stand by my belief. LOL. Never mind. Keep collecting signatures. Let's go. Get her out.
Yes, dude. In his mind, he's
Wow.
Braveheart, dude.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
He's fighting the good fight.
I'm
That's
so
really
jealous
good.
of people who are like that motivated.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I think fireworks, I mean, fireworks are cool, I guess. You know, I remember shooting off fireworks all the time. Like up here in Vancouver at like Halloween, that's like the biggest time of year for fireworks. So we would just go around on Halloween and blow up pumpkins and stuff. And it was awesome.
That's awesome.
At the same time, I understand why they're banned because they're like really dangerous. They like start fires. They're really loud. They're annoying. Like most people hate them. So
Dogs
I get
hate
it.
them famously.
Yeah.
I can't imagine your dog
Oh,
enjoys the
yeah.
fireworks.
Yeah.
I've never heard of
Actually, he
Explode.
doesn't care. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh,
This past
wow.
4th of July, I think he only cares about stuff where it will inconvenience me. And so that one,
Okay.
it just didn't get on his radar. He
That's a
doesn't
lot of
care.
Shocking amount. For a 2 pound.
Yeah, he just wants to ruin my life specifically.
That's cool. And the last Facebook post here, the person did like a 10 bullet point list, and they kept spelling the word ludicrous like the rapper. So,
Okay.
so that was pretty special.
That's
Speaking of
gorgeous.
ludicrous things, let's move on to our social media updates.
What a fucking good segue. Now let's move on. It's time to discuss what popped up in your feed. Who are you following? What did you see? Sports or politics, tweets and skis, hot takes and the TL or fast food freaks. It's our social media update.
We always like to start with the guest. Helena, we'll start with you. What's going on your social media?
Okay, so on Instagram, reels have become a big thing, the little short forms. For some reason, my algorithm is almost exclusively serving me videos of women kind of like pretending to be psychologists, being like, here's like 4 reasons not to trust your boyfriend. Here's like 7 subtle signs your man is cheating. Just like little things like that, and it's actually really stressful, and I don't like it.
It feels bad when you get targeted with that stuff because it's like, what, like, where did they pull this from, right? A lot of the time. And
I
also,
think-
if you click on one of them, it's like, oh, she clicked on one of them. That means she
I
likes
think that's
them.
what happened. Yeah, as I got one, and it was like, if your boyfriend wears a blue shirt, you should kill yourself. And then I clicked on it because I was like, what the fuck? And then I'm in hell every day.
She's psycho.
Yeah, and I'll literally look over at Will and be like,
It does sort of like the algorithm does sort of make you feel like a targeted individual, you know?
yeah, I'm being gang
so
stalked.
I honestly get where like the gang stalking people come from, because if you look on your algorithm, it does feel like, how did you know I like this? Like my algorithm is entirely like disabled cats, and like cats that are like 25 years old. And it's all like, oh, I bet you won't follow a 25-year-old cat with no legs on here. And it's like, no, I'm not. I don't want to, because what often happens when I do that is that they die within 2 months, and then I see the post about them dying, and it just bums me out.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Yeah, the black
Yeah.
and white grid post from an animal account is always really hard.
It's brutal. Yeah.
Maybe
But
I
yeah,
should.
Do you
Start
unfollow
following
after
those.
it dies?
yeah.
Stefan, do you
Will,
follow?
what's your algorithm?
Mine is I can't get enough of the videos of guys paying for alpha camp.
Oh yeah.
I
Love Alpha
love
Camp.
those, dude. It's like 25 dudes with terrible posture who are paying 10 grand to just be tortured by like a guy who washed out of the Navy SEALs.
Yeah. And they're like laying down in the mud and the guy's like standing on their back and stuff and screaming at them.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
It's so good. I love that shit. And
It honestly, it changed my life. I could have never done this podcast without Corporal Johnson, and he really put a lot of things in perspective.
it is actually that expensive though a lot of the time too.
Yeah.
Like it is
Oh,
10
it's
grand.
crazy.
It's fucking nuts.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and you have to
so
like apply
evil.
for it, and you'll get on a call with them, and they'll like interview you and shit, which
yeah,
is so
they're
funny.
like,
'cause
unfortunately, you're too much of a pussy for our camp. We can't bring you out here.
Yeah, you're too much of a pussy for the camp for pussies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you won't make it. Now, Helena, I know Becca has said to me, my wife Becca, that another version of that is also women who kind of give you tips on like creeping on your boyfriend or whatever. Is that also a part of your algo? Because that stuff seems crazy to
Yes.
me.
Yes, that also comes up quite a bit. Yeah, it's all just designed to torture you. It's all just like, I guess with those specifically, it's like you need to be smelling the bottom of his shoes. You need to be like looking in his closet, and if he got a new shirt recently, I don't know. I guess they imply that he's either cheating on you or has like a secret life or a secret family. It gets very dramatic very fast.
So what this is like this one thing happened to the one woman in the video, and she's like extrapolating it as if that's like the thing to look out
Yeah.
for.
Yeah, and it'll be like they'll leave out details, and then later you'll find out that like she met him on Facebook, and before they met, she wired him $2,000, and he just got out of jail, and a lot of details that are, I would think, a little relevant.
It's either that
Yeah.
Yeah.
somebody just realized that like if you scare a woman, she will watch the entire video 1.5 times. Therefore making it go viral.
Yeah.
I feel like it reminds me almost of like Cosmo sex tips or whatever, where it's like 101 ways to please your man. It's like, well, there's sort of like 6 ways to please your man, and then you got to come up with, you just got to invent another 95. And it kind of feels
Yeah.
like that. It's like, yeah, if you suspect your partner is cheating, there are like a couple, maybe not normal things you could do, but a few things that are sort of the gold standard, like, check his phone or, see, and then it's like after like 3 of
Yeah.
those, it's like, you gotta buy a beanbag chair and then pour all the beans out of it and then hide in the beanbag chair. And then when he gets home, it just devolves so quickly, I find.
Yeah, I found a piece of clay on the coffee cup the other day, and I found out that Helena was trying to get my fingerprint. She got logged into my phone.
Will, what's going on your social media?
The big one was the thing I enjoyed the most was the alpha camps. Just because it's like you gotta like, how does he tell his family about that? You know what I mean? How does he tell his friends? How does he tell his coworkers?
How do you take off work for that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just gotta wonder what had to happen. But I guess it's like it just sort of is like, the alpha male thing is like, here's how to live the most awesome life. And if you're a loser, you're like, damn, I wish I could live that life. I wish I could be Dan Bilzerian,
Good reference.
And then now there's a class to teach you how to do it. What a dream.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Did he die?
No.
What?
Well, this
he's
episode
a
comes
guy-
out in a week, so like it could.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a chance. It's
Okay,
definitely not a
manifest.
non-zero
Called it.
chance. I think you're right, Will. But I think what you've tapped on it is like, ultimately, the funny part about this is all of those things are geared towards like, are you a big pussy? Like, are you whatever? But like, it's mostly that they're lonely. It's mostly just comes down to loneliness. It's like, I want to go somewhere with 20 other guys and I don't have friends. I don't have one guy that will go somewhere with me. So I can pay to go and have this like communal experience with these guys. And then maybe the advantage is I, crawl under some barbed wire and mud or whatever. I don't know. But like,
to me, I think that's ultimately what it comes down to, which like when you think about it is also kind of like what they would think is like wussy behavior. But really that's what it is.
Yeah.
Damn, I just wanted to be mean to them. That was very astute
what
and
you
well
mean.
thought out.
Oh, I want to be mean to them too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to side with them. I just think it's like, to me, that's the funny irony of it is like they would say like, oh, you want to go out in the woods with your buddies? Like that, whatever, man. But like, that is kind of what they want.
Yeah. If you were to be like, to make my life better, I really need to organize a camping trip with my boys. They would like laugh you off the internet and call you a beta.
Yes.
I think you're so right. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to make it like a clinical study here. I just
no, that was
no, don't
that's
worry.
very well
That's kind
done.
of
the videos
what I
are
do.
hilarious. Though.
Yeah.
Like it is hard to think about like what is the disconnect there of like I would never see a video like that and be like, that's gotta be me, man. I gotta get
Is it
there.
is it the Modern Day Night Project? Is that the one? Because I know there's a bunch of them, but this is the
It's
one
a
that
night
I'm.
project.
The Modern Day Night Project. Well, first of all, attention.
night,
The Modern
like-
Day. It's only for entrepreneurs, executives, and leaders who are ready for a serious breakthrough. This
Wait, that's
Okay,
me.
so all of us.
That's me. Yeah.
well, that's exactly it. And it does say, so I scroll down on the main page and it does say, you're ready to go. Now, here's how you can get your wife on board. And then it's a bunch of testimonials from wives who are like, oh, my husband's
that's
like
really
a total
smart.
asshole now. It rocks.
Oh, wait, that actually adds a really terrifying layer to it. It's going to affect how they treat their wives.
Oh, it's going to make them like so much worse to their family. But that's like a
Oh,
good thing in there.
no.
Like it'll get their family to respect them more by like yelling at them, I think.
yeah,
is
I'm
basically
going to
the
make my
idea.
infant son respect me by getting tased by a guy I paid.
His dick was harder than ever before when he got home from the
He came
alpha
home
camp.
rock hard, ready to fuck.
By the way, this one is $18,000 for a week. So
Jesus.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
And like, what is that money going
We
to?
should
Like,
do
are
it.
you
Should do
doing like these unbelievably complex and complicated things that cost a lot of money? Or is it just like $15,000 of pure profit?
well, it says you do need to be conditioned to do hikes, bear crawls, team log carries, truck pulls, and a variety of bodyweight exercises. So basically, you're doing like the strongman shows that you would see on like ESPN4.
Right.
But in the woods for like a week and a half or whatever. God, this
I wonder
is
if,
just-
yeah, I can't imagine like, yeah, if you like break your leg on this, I can't imagine your insurance is going to cover that.
No, there's no. Well, oh, they do give discounts, by the way. Discounts are only given to veterans and first responders.
Damn.
Okay, I want to meet the veteran who's like, take me back.
Take me
I
back,
gotta
dude.
do this
Yeah.
all again.
Honestly, most veterans I think are like that.
Really?
Oh yeah, dude. They yeah, they just want to go back so bad.
I just
I-
like the
I
idea of a
shouldn't have said
cop going to this and being like, I want to be like more of a psychopath.
Wow, that is that's some special stuff. Stefan, what's going on your social media?
Well, I've been playing this new game called Dragon's Dogma 2, and I've become sort of obsessed with it. And it's very popular online. A lot of people are playing it, and I've put you know, I don't want to say exactly how many hours I put into it. It came out last Thursday. I probably put you know, about hours into it. Anyway,
Did you just bleep your own self?
yes, I did.
Are
Okay.
you playing
was
this
really
on
cool.
PC or PS5?
I'm playing this on PS5 because I think on PC it's kind of it's a little busted.
Okay, so I can't check how many hours you've.
No, you can't. But it's a lot. But one of the aspects of the game is that you have these NPCs, these pawns that are part of your party, and you have 3 of them, and they're all like interacting with each other, and it's very well done. It's very interesting. But there was a review on Steam, and the title of it is "Pawns Literally Calling Me Gay." Because what the pawns do is they'll sort of comment on just, you know, the makeup of your party maybe, or just they'll observe things in the game and they'll comment on it. But here's the review. Okay, I'm really starting to struggle with the constant banter my pawns are giving me. I just happen to have an all-male party because that's the pawn makeup I found first, and every 2 minutes one of them makes one of 2 statements. It just occurred to me that all of us pawns are male. I wonder if that speaks to the Arisen's preference. Or, and here's the second one, our party has grown, but there are no females amongst us. This is followed by another pawn saying, I shouldn't at all mind if that were to change. This is like the opposite of what I'm looking for. Why would my party even comment on this? The first comment insinuates that I like men as if it's an insult or something to be ashamed of. And the other comments on how there are no females as if that's some rooted problem that needs fixing. They're just pawns and I use the ones that have the setup that I prefer. Please remove these conversation pieces.
Damn.
Oh, that's really
Is this
Wow.
real, Stefan?
That's
No,
a
this,
deep
it is
thinker.
real because I've had pawns because they'll comment on other. The way the pawns work is you're like sharing them with like it's like another person's pawn that they've made, and you can like use them as well.
Oh, so you're sharing the pawns. Okay, the
Yeah.
evidence that everyone's gay is starting to add
Well,
up.
but they'll often comment. They'll be like, you know, I've noticed like my previous master preferred an all female party. It's very odd, and so they'll make little comments like that, and it's very funny. But it's just I just like that this guy's like very upset about it. Yeah. So that's my social media update, John. Just a quick.
Yeah, I guess
little
I'd be
one there.
mad if I paid $60 for something and it called me gay.
Yeah, and there's no
I
way to
think-
like. There's no. You can't like press a button or something to be like, I'm not gay. You know?
Yeah, the don't call me gay button.
You can just press a button that's like, go stand over there. So. Yeah.
I guess when they do that, can you make your pawns like fall down a well or something like that?
You could just kill your pawn. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So there is that option if you want. John, what's going on your social media?
Well, a quick one for me this week as well. I just loved this. I was so surprised. So there's a very good U.S. figure skater right now named Ilya Malinin,
Yep.
who is the first person in competition to land a quadruple axel,
Holy shit.
that's the hardest jump. Obviously, skaters have been landing quads forever, but not the quad axel. So if you don't know anything about figure skating, the axle starts from the front. So it's technically a 4.5 spin if you're doing a quad axle. And I just could not get over this figure skating announcer losing her fucking mind. He lands the quad axle and she genuinely has like an orgasmic / Mexican soccer announcer reaction to him landing this quad. And I just thought it was beautiful in figure skating. So yeah, go ahead, Dan.
Damn.
That's really good. That's so
That was
good.
awesome.
Now I will say that just looks like every other figure skating move to me.
No,
as like
that was cool.
you know, like it's still impressive, obviously, but it's like they're spinning so
Stefan-
fucking fast. It's hard to
Stefan,
tell.
you are absolutely showing your ass right now.
Yeah,
Come
that
on.
looks like every
Yeah.
other figure skating
I'm just
move.
saying it looks like all the spinning ones to
Wow.
me. You know what I mean? I mean, it's
That's
impressive.
sad.
Of
That's
course,
sad,
it would
bro.
look like the other
Okay.
spinning ones if they are spinning.
Feel bad.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's tough, dude. You can't even appreciate a quad axle like me and my friend here.
I appreciate it as much as triple axle. So that actually makes me
Oh my God.
the better man, I think.
No,
Okay.
it doesn't at all.
No,
A
you're
quad
just
axle is
simple-minded.
better. Was
Sorry.
Okay. Just because there's more of them?
yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I get it now, I guess.
Anyway, that's all I got. Nothing too fancy. Just
That's really cool.
a great announcing moment, and we have no choice but to thank her for her service.
Thank you.
Yes.
Let's move on to our block
Ma'am.
tale.
Thank you, ma'am.
What did you tweet? You brought receipts, Blocktail. Woo! No longer can see the post. It's a Blocktail. Woo! You probably deserved it. It's a Blocktail.
Okay, which one of you is going to take care of the block tale? Helena.
Okay, so I have been blocked.
yes.
I was
Okay.
blocked. I was blocked by rising star Matt Rife.
Ooh.
Okay. Nice.
All right.
Yeah.
Do tell.
I don't want to start any beef with well, that it's too late. It's actually too late. So what happened was he tweeted out something that was like he was like, "Oh my god, guys, we made it. We did it. I'm on the list of Variety's most searched male comedians for 2023." And then I clicked on the list. Yeah. He was right in between Danny Masterson and Russell Brand. And And so it wasn't like that kind of list, but he announced it as if it was like, oh my God, I made it. I'm amazing. And so I just quote tweeted it and I said, guy who is so excited to be on a list between Danny Masterson and Russell Brand. And then he blocked me within like 30 seconds.
Whoa.
Wow. The
Yeah.
immediate block is really good because you know like 100% he saw it. And he's like
Yeah.
checking his shit like all the time too.
Yeah. But he set himself up. That's so funny.
That's incredible.
Wait, what
Oh
was
my
Danny Masterson doing
I
to
think
get on such a list?
Well, he's in
Uh,
jail.
He's in jail now.
Yeah.
Well, like he was just on that 70s show, wasn't he?
I don't
Was
know.
he doing
Maybe there was I don't know. Maybe it was
Don't know.
actor. Maybe it was entertainers. Might have been like male entertainers.
That is,
But-
it's such a funny like list to even make. You know, the idea of like, oh, here's the most searched people, and it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Who cares? What does that? Doesn't have any bearing on anything.
Also,
Yeah,
like,
there's-
both options are like he didn't realize what he was posting, or he like knew what he was posting and sort of posted it as a joke, which is also pretty bad too. But just like not knowing is so funny.
I
don't think
I don't think he understood.
Yeah,
I don't think he's capable of
funny enough to make a
self-deprecation.
joke out of
Yeah,
it.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think so. And I don't think he's capable of looking at a guy who made a variety list and not being like, you demand.
right.
I think he has that kind of brain.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah.
really
Jeez.
good.
That's
Yeah.
I'm just
so I
looking at
didn't
his
really
Twitter
get
now.
much
He's
out
got
of
some
it.
real special. He's got some special posts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, just like this one is like, just found out I'm the youngest comedian to ever headline the Hollywood Bowl on my own. This life is insane. I said I would play there the first time I ever even visited LA and drove by it. If you haven't yet, go grab your tickets from my website and come be a part of history.
That's what I love in my stand-up comedians is like cockiness and being like very sure of
Yeah.
themselves and thinking they're really good. I love that in a stand-up comic.
Yeah. And really wanting it and needing all of it and making it very clear how much all of it means to
Yeah.
them
Yeah,
is awesome.
yeah, yeah. I don't want a comic who's like super depressed and like sad and like fucking hates themselves. Like that sucks to me. I want a comic who's like really really full of themselves. Like that is the shit I want.
Yeah. I want a comic with 7 syringes of filler in his face.
I didn't realize he performs with with a Britney Spears mic. He doesn't do a handheld.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what?
It's so that he can like walk into the audience and like do his viral crowd work.
Like lift his shirt.
Yeah, I actually watched a clip this morning where there was a guy in a wheelchair, and he was like, the bits he did with the guy was like not that bad, but the way it started was like he like kind of scanned the audience and he said, "Is that guy in a wheelchair?"
Oh my god. The one clip I've seen of him is like the end of his special where he's like, yeah, and they said I could only do crowd work, and then he like drops the mic and walks off stage. And that's like so fucking funny, but like not for the reason he intended, right?
Yeah. Also, wasn't that a special that was kind of like universally panned?
Yes.
Like it was
Yeah.
really, really bad.
Well, he did like a
I think
bunch
it
of
got canceled.
misogynist jokes, and people were like, "Dude, we liked the crowd work, man. Like, you didn't have to
Oh,
be.
yeah.
You didn't have to be like, no, I'm doing this for real. Women suck, dude."
I think
Yeah.
the first joke was about a woman getting a black eye because she wasn't like staying in the kitchen or something. And like that was like the
Oh,
opening
right.
joke.
That's so
So-
crazy to do that when you like built your audience off of like
being hot.
nurses checking TikTok on their break.
yeah.
Oh.
This is a great tweet right here because I guess he just finished a Canadian tour, and he wrote, "I love Canada. Stop naming your cities crazy shit like elbow, drink water, squirrel, queef, etc. 3 laugh face emojis."
Oh, so
Huh.
that kind of lets you know that he's just messing around a little bit. Having
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just
Okay.
kind of his observational comedy.
Sure. Yeah. Some places be having funny names of their towns. And
Also, is that
here's some
unique to
emojis to let you
Canada?
know, Oh my god.
This
Are you
is
still
real
on his
tough.
Twitter right now?
Isn't it
Yeah, yeah.
crazy? Isn't it so fucking awesome? He is so proud of himself in a way that I've never witnessed in a man who's like also so clearly insecure. Like he's a new type of guy for me. I really like it. Well, I hate it. I do wish him harm, but
it's very
it's
interesting.
so funny.
It is. It's extremely interesting. Yeah, John. Anything else on his Twitter?
Yep. He's just a picture of himself at an arena. Careful what you dream of; it might come true.
Shut the fuck up! Oh my god.
He thinks he's like
that's a
Buzz
real good
Lightyear.
He also I think you're right, Helena. Like he is retweeting an unbelievable number of compliments. Like people just being like, "I saw at Matt Rife tonight. He was fucking unbelievable." Like he retweets at least 5 of those for every show he does.
Yeah. And I just don't think that's a sign of a solid ego in the brain.
No, definitely not.
That's
Wow,
an
he
unhealthy
did get a
one.
star on the Mohegan Sun Arena Walk of Fame. So
Okay.
yeah.
Oh my
I
So
god.
take
he also
everything
has that
back. He
going
made
for him.
I think he got lightly canceled on like I think there was this thing where he was dating a bunch of women at the same time, you would imagine. And then one of the women that he was dating she's like a host of a podcast. And so when he was getting canceled for all those jokes, she came out and was like, and he was really bad to me and bad to a bunch of women. And then there was like a bunch of women who kind of came together and talked about how much he sucked on TikTok, as far as him being generally bad to women, not in like an illegal way, but in like a
Just like a dickhead way.
kind of an way, kind of a leading to illegal stuff, maybe
Right.
allegedly.
Right.
So there's a hard cancel out there coming at him like a bullet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Real fast.
100%.
Someday
He's got
we'll
about a
reach his
year left, I
destination.
think, at maximum.
Yeah.
And then he's gone. I'm just watching this other brief clip. Someone interrupted his show to say, I have a gift for you. And he said, "What? You have a gift for me?" And he said, "Yeah." Or they said, "Yeah." And he said, "What is it?" And then she said, "A vagina." And then his first response was, "Organic or homemade?"
That doesn't even make sense.
Damn.
Nope.
Oh my god.
He's so cool.
He's so cool. I love this guy.
God.
Anyway,
damn.
good Matt Rife. Good for you, my friend.
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you and your Walk of Fame Mohegan Sun. Oh God. Anyway, we have a great
Yeah.
listener block this week as well. This one's a little bit more simple, and it comes with a great image as well. This one is from Justin. Speaking of local politics, as a matter of fact, he writes, "Hey fellas, I was blocked by Saskatchewan politician and crazy person Mark Friesen. For context, Mark is an active People's Party of Canada / Buffalo Party member who is best known around town for pushing hateful ideas against LGBTQ folks and for his colorful views on COVID. He routinely sets up GoFundMes to pay off the years-old tickets he acquired for violating COVID guidelines, and despite having to be airlifted to an Ontario ICU for life-saving treatment, still denies that the virus exists. All that is to say, I was blocked for responding to his climate change denial tweet of imagine thinking that a cow eating grass is bad for the planet with imagine the two of us having aggro butt sex and an expertly shot photo of the experience. And here is the photo.
Let's go. Oh my god.
So,
Okay.
All right.
Dan, make
Okay.
sure to edit that for YouTube, I guess.
I blurred it for
Okay.
the recording. Yeah.
Okay. God, good lord.
Wow.
So yeah, Justin says screenshot attached if you boys are looking to see some sweet hog. Keep
Yeah,
up the
thank
good
you.
work.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Justin. If you want to send in a listener block, you can do so at blocked@blockparty.com, or you can fill out the form. Oh no, we don't even have the website anymore. So yeah, just send it
Yeah,
in.
we
Blocked
do,
at
don't
block.
we?
I don't know. The form doesn't work, I thought.
I thought I fixed it, but maybe I didn't. I don't
Okay,
know.
well, whatever. Do one of those things. Go to our website or send us an email, blocked@blockparty.com. You can also donate to the show, patreon.com/blockparty. $5 a month gets you access to 3 bonus episodes every single month. Last week, we had our good friend Blake Murphy on the show to talk about sports reporting. He's a Raptors and Jays analyst for Sportsnet. Talked to him about getting started in the sports biz and just did a serious interview with him as part of the Heck Cullen series. It was a lot of fun. We also have ad-free episodes, merch discounts, a lot of other fun stuff. So check that out. Patreon.com/blockparty. You can also follow us Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Blocked Party Pod. We're on YouTube at Blocked Party. And of course, if you like the show, please just tell a friend. We are now here at the end of the show, which means it's time for the top 3.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Uno, 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 uno.
Mustard.
3.
Socks. 2. Girlfriends.
Uno, 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 uno.
All right, Helena and Will, what do you have for us?
I guess we had one, but I think since I would like to change it to Stefan, what are your top 3 parody songs?
Oh boy. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding.
Will's trying to
John
go
might
on.
jump through the screen and kill
Yeah,
me.
no, he would.
No,
yeah.
no, we can do that if you want. I mean, I'm a big Weird Al.
No, we had a real one. I think.
Okay.
Right?
Will's just trying to cause trouble.
I'm just being a
sorry about
stinker.
him.
No, please do. Please, that's good.
You got it. I don't remember it. Are you serious?
Oh, it was okay. So top 3 animals you would like to have an interactive experience with at the zoo. So like
Oh,
if
I
a
love this.
zookeeper were to let you into the habitat or bring the animal out for a pet or something like that, which 3 areas of the zoo / animals would you want
Oh.
that to happen with?
That's
I like
really
that.
good. Okay.
Okay. Helena, we'll
Okay.
start with you. What's your number 3?
Okay. Number 3, I would say is dolphin. I would love to swim with a dolphin. Actually, I'm getting scared thinking about it now. Okay, so I would love to swim with a dolphin,
Okay.
or meet the dolphins, or feed the dolphins, or talk to them.
That's really
and then
good.
I think number 2
Oh,
would
stop there.
be-
Sorry, we go in
Oh.
a circle. So we'll have Will
Big
do his
fan.
number
Sorry.
3,
I'm
then
sorry.
Stefan
I'm
and
sorry.
me, and we'll
Big
go
fan.
around. Yeah. So Will, your number 3, please.
Yeah, I think mine would be I would like to get let into the big spider room, like where all the spiders are, just because I fear spiders more than anything in the world. They strike fear deep within my heart and soul, but I think I could conquer that fear if I spend a day in there.
An
Wow, so
entire
you're going
day.
all the way. You're
Okay.
trying
The
to
way,
get into
dude.
the spider
Yeah.
verse.
That's
Yeah, you give
shocking.
me a Cliff Bar, a bottle of water, and you turn the lights off and leave me in there.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Holy, that's deep. I would not like that. And I don't even
No.
dislike spiders, but that's too much for me, I think.
I will say
Wow.
that Will makes me kill every spider in our house. So hearing that is kind of a lot. Like you could do it. If you
No,
really needed
after
to.
I spend a day in the spider lair, absolutely.
Okay.
I'm talking to him like I'm Jane Goodall after that.
Yeah.
Stefan,
Alright, so
you're
we'll
number
get
3.
Will to the spider.
You know what? I've always liked penguins. Just the way they
Ooh.
waddle around, sort of. I feel
Yeah.
like they'd be fun to toss some fish to or whatever. Apparently they smell really bad though.
Yeah, they do.
because they're
That
just
makes
like
sense.
shitting on their own feet constantly. So
Yeah,
that would
I've
be-
been in the penguin enclosure at the Calgary Zoo, and it smelled
does stink.
it smelled crazy in there.
Okay, yeah, but they are adorable, so I think that would sort of offset the stench. But I'll go with penguins for my number 3.
Nice.
My number 3, I'm going to go with the classic bear. It's time
Wow.
to see who can win, me or the bear.
Okay.
I'm ready to rock. No, I would honestly, it would be fun to just like pet like a potentially docile bear, and if it attacks me, then c'est la vie.
It's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess
Yeah.
it's probably a bad way to go, but it's a good way to like hear about someone going.
Yeah.
Yeah, host of Blocked Party, John Cullen, died in a bear
Yeah.
experience.
Actually, my
You know-
understanding is
you
it's
know-
like one of the worst ways to go because isn't there that was it Grizzly Man or whatever where Werner Herzog is like listening to the audio of the guy getting eaten by bears. He's like, we're never playing this for anyone ever.
Said it was
Yeah.
the worst thing he ever heard.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, no, John dies at the alpha male bear experience.
Which alpha camp should I go to, babe? Well, this one says it has bears at it.
Yeah, you got to do the bear one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be worth it because if I survive, I'll be so hard. I will be so horny and hard that it'll be the trade-off will be definitely worth it. Helena, you're number 2. Or Helena, sorry.
I wouldn't have corrected you. Okay, I'm gonna say the lemur area, the little monkey area. You know,
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
I would like them to, sit on my head and play with my hair and like take stuff out of my purse. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, and they seem fairly safe too. Like it's not like because like chimps, I feel like are like extremely dangerous. Like they're
Yeah,
the ones
no,
who
no,
will
no.
like rip
No-
people's
no
faces off.
chimps. No,
Yeah.
I don't fuck with chimps and gorillas. I
Okay,
actually
yeah.
vividly don't like them. I don't like them looking at me or seeing me. But I would do the other ones.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. I like that.
Yeah.
Will?
I would do gorilla. I would do gorilla.
Big man.
I'd get a 9-foot hoop in there, and I'm playing him 1-on-1. First to 10, 1s and 2s, and I'm just gonna fucking beat the shit out of him.
I think you might actually
Okay.
have an advantage because like they're not like super tall necessarily, right? They're kind of like they're big, obviously, but they're not
Yeah.
like they're not like
Yeah, I would say they're
7 feet
probably
tall.
not crazy, and everyone knows gorillas can't go left, so I have that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know how to stop them, and I can't imagine a gorilla moves quickly laterally.
Right.
Oh, you could cross it over so easily.
Oh yeah, dude.
Do you think a gorilla can dribble a basketball?
Um,
Is that what is going on in this?
yeah. I imagine I wouldn't
They
call
could
any
dribble,
travels,
I
that's
think.
soft.
I feel like you could teach them to dribble.
Probably.
yeah,
Yeah.
he would pick it up fast, I imagine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're also teaching him first.
Of course, and then I'm destroying.
So you have like a
him.
connection
Yes,
with him, and then you just like dunk all over his head.
exactly, just like my
Okay.
father did to me.
Okay.
Stefan, you're number 2.
Number 2, I'm gonna go with this is always my favorite animal to see at the Vancouver Aquarium, but the sea otter.
Oh.
okay,
Just
that's a good one.
Fuck.
adorable,
Okay.
just very very cute. They look like little teddy bears, sort of. They just lay on their back. They use their stomach as a little plate, and they eat on their stomach. And they hold hands when they fall asleep, so they don't drift away.
Yeah.
And they're just like they really are just like I think they're the cutest animal at the zoo by like a long shot. Unless you have a
Yeah.
zoo that has like a red panda, in which case that's like maybe a different level. But yeah, it's got to be.
What would you do with the otters?
Puzzles, probably.
I feel like I'd want to pick it up and like rock it like a baby, probably.
Hell
Right?
Oh,
I think
and it
that would be
probably
a lot
would
of fun.
let you.
Yeah. I think, and I worry as well. I mean, I guess this goes for most animals. Is a lot of animals just smell bad, and I feel like the otter probably wouldn't smell great necessarily either. But again,
Probably
who
better.
cares? It's adorable. Yeah.
Yeah.
The sea otter,
good.
number 2. John.
My number 2, I'm going to go. So I have also had a dolphin experience previously, and it was very cool. And so I'm going to take it a step further. And they used to have these at the Vancouver Aquarium, but they do not anymore. But I'm going to go belugas. Belugas are really beautiful whales.
Okay.
Like you don't really get an appreciation for it, so you see them up close. But they're just with them being all like their I guess skin, their blubber, whatever you call it, like being all white, like it just looks very very cool.
Yeah.
And they're just very beautiful creatures, I think. And so I would just love to chill. And I'll be honest, belugas kind of seem fucking chill, dude. They just seem like they could bro down big time, and I would like to bro down with the belugas. So
That's a great choice. I love that.
It's my number 2.
really
Helena,
good.
you're number 1.
Okay, my number 1 is a red panda.
Wonderful.
It is absolutely a red panda. I honestly think that I should already be allowed to go in there and meet them. just a quick vibe check. I can get in there. I think I should be able to.
Is that because you have red hair? Is that you think it's sort of like a?
I think that's part of it.
It's just I think a vibe.
I think I just align with them. I think they're like a beautiful elevated raccoon. They're like a raccoon got a makeover. They're
Went to
like
charm school.
yeah. And I don't know, went to whatever the opposite of like alpha camp is. And just
Gamma
became
camp.
sweet. Yeah. They're so
I
cool.
think half the reason you
And they stand up.
Yes.
They
They stand up, but
they
they'll like
walk
fall
around.
over too, right? And it's so
Yeah.
funny. Yeah.
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 I
Great
saw
pick.
a video of one of them playing in like a sand bucket and making sandcastles with children. And it was like really special.
The video of them like playing in the snow and like rolling down the hill and stuff. And oh my
Amazing.
God, it's incredible. Yeah.
They're so cool.
Great choice.
Will?
Let's see. I think in the same way that Helena thinks she would align, I think, with the red panda, I think I would align with a normal panda. Just in terms of like being stupid and like falling over a lot and just sort of like not being smart enough to exist in the outside world. I think I could really. Me and the panda, I think would have. You give me and the panda a Rubik's cube, and you watch us both just lose our fucking minds. So yeah, I think that would
Nice.
be. Yeah.
Wow.
Great
I love
pick.
that. Stefan?
Well, I was in Australia last year and we went to like a wildlife sanctuary, and you were able to like go up to the little kangaroos and the wallabies and stuff and the koalas, and you could kind of pet them and feed them and interact with them, and it was great. And then the one of the animals that you couldn't do that with, I guess for good reason, were the dingoes. But it's like crazy how much they look like just regular dogs, and they're like running up and down their enclosure, following you and like looking up at you and like pawing at the glass, and they're so cute. And I think I could overcome. I don't think they would attack me immediately. I think I could get a good like 2 or 3 minutes where I'm just kind of like hanging out with them before they go completely nuts on my ass. But and I think those 3 minutes would be fantastic because they sort of look like the Dogecoin dog, the Shiba Inu, but like a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Very, very cute. So I'm gonna go with some wild dingoes for my number one.
I'm going giraffe for number one.
Okay.
And I'm saying like I'm getting in the tree and the giraffe is like eating out of my hand. Like I'm just sitting up in the tree, the giraffe's popping up, saying what's up. Giraffes are crazy if you've ever seen them in person. They are absolute freak shows. And I would just love to be up close with the giraffe. I believe they're fairly docile as well. They're kind of chill around humans and stuff. So yeah, I want to get up in the trees, pet the giraffe, and yeah, just chill out. I think it would be good. I think giraffes are very cool animals.
Love it.
Well, that was a
great
very
top three.
wholesome,
that was
top
nice.
three, which was a nice way to end the show. Thank you so much to both of you for being here. Before we go, anything that you would like to plug?
Our podcast.
1974. If you're listening, grab a pen. 197424.
It's so mostly I don't really know what the podcast is about.
Yeah, it's mostly just hanging out.
Yeah.
But
arguing.
but in a fun way.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's good.
Just fucking
Just
listen to it.
we're
Please.
trying to do it. Just it's not that bad.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
It's not that bad. It's not
Yeah.
that. Oh, well, you two were fun to hang out with on our pod, so I would assume that if people are listening to this, they'd go, I could hang out with Helena and Will more.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I would hope so.
And Will, do you have any stand-up dates coming up, or what's going on?
No, not really. I've just been doing like local LA stuff. So I have like a show next week at a bar that will probably happen by the time this comes out anyway. So nothing to plug.
Okay, great. Well, where can people follow the two of you individually as well?
Twitter at Fresh Hell, and Instagram at Bug Size Chihuahua.
Yes, and then TikTok and Instagram. I think it's Will_Sennett. And then on Twitter, just Google search Will Sennett, and you can find me.
You're
All
on
right.
a list with Danny Masterson and Russell.
Yeah, me and my boys.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Thanks to everybody for listening. Again, you can donate to our show at patreon.com/Block Party. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Block Party Pod, on YouTube and Blue Sky at Block Party. And we'll see you back here next week. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.